Russia, home of vodka, bears that wrestle men,
Не спеши, Ислам, теперь не спеши, братчика, теперь не спеши. Твой!
And
Steven Seagal, a man so Russian that he probably bleeds
Vladimir Putin.
jizz.
I just said he's the greatest world leader. He's the greatest.
Russian men have a reputation for toughness, and Steven Seagal is a prime example of this.
Goddamn Russians are last men on the planet. You know, everybody in the U.S. been feminized so bad we ought to be carrying a purse and high heels, you know? And we need a Putin. Where's our Putin?
Vladimir Putin.
He's also a prime example that, like any other country, Russians have their fair share of Mongs. Not all Russian warriors are Dagestani wrestling machines. Some of them are just lonely, delusional old blokes with PTSD.
What we can see here is some tubby bloke waving his hands around like a useless piece of white trash. I see what you did there in the editing. Go fuck yourself. This guy is thrusting his belly and cock. I created that move 55 years ago, and I've been perfecting that move for the last 95 years.
Plus,
A weird fetish for camo gear.
In a weird way, I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb.
Be a moron.
Yeah,
To be moronical.
exactly. To be a moron.
An imbecile.
Yeah.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
And a burning desire to be touched and fondled by other men.
I want to feel as much of his body as I can. I just feel more of his body.
what the f am I watching?
Take this guy for example. Russian Uncle Fester. Almost certainly on some kind of registry, like most of these blokes. This dude went from playing military dress up with other grown sukas
This is obviously legit because of the official military uniforms and stuff, and
to now pretending he can win fights using the power of jazz hands and gentle nudges. And he has the ability to nullify the attacks of reasonably skilled fighters. That's not martial arts. It looks a lot more like Parkinson's disease. Now, I'm no expert, but if your self-defense involves flapping around like you're having a stroke while your opponent chooses to fall down, I've got some doubts. Especially when the expert master has the coordination and grace of a giraffe with a hippo stuck up its ass. But I also don't want you to get me wrong. The Russian Spetsnaz used to be badass. But now? Well, let's just say they pivoted from combat training to interpretive dance. Sorry, wrong clip. But he is involved with training them.
while we're at it, let's recognize how well dressed all of these Sputnik senseis appear to be.
Objectively, this looks less like a martial arts seminar and more like a last-minute rehearsal for Russia's Got Talent Retard Edition.
Я дурак, пидорас.
I assume these lads have been recalled for the current conflict in Ukraine, because commandos will always commando. And speaking of combat, let's talk about Mikhail Ryabko, aka Old Mickey Ribbers.
Я вроде не иду к нему, видите? Не иду.
For those that are uneducated in Russian Bullshido, Mickey Ribbers was one of the most infamous OGs of Russian martial arts bullshit. At one time legit, he evolved into a giant tub of jelly on legs, perfecting the art of Russian hogposh that still continues to this day. He now teaches this.
Именно тогда, когда это нужно.
So try that, watch the shadow on the ground.
Which is either a new form of training or a technique to legally fondle strangers. Unfortunately, Ribbers is no longer with us. He's up in Bullshido heaven, where fake martial artists dodge cheer attacks and Hadouken all day. But no need to stress. His greasy disciple,
Vladimir
Vasiliev, or as I like to call him, Vaseline, is keeping the dream alive.
When you're protecting someone, there are different levels. There's visible protection and not visible.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
Our comrade Vaseline isn't just teaching this nonsense, he's taking it worldwide, baby.
Prestige. Worldwide. Why?
Yep, he's holding festivals worldwide where he charges gullible, socially awkward doofuses to roleplay as dangerous Russian warriors. This bloke's been holding Ribbers for almost 2 decades, appearing on some Discovery Channel propaganda bullshit way back when.
Meanwhile...
А когда наступила очередь Михаила, совсем другой рассказ.
А вот на позвоночнике как.
Главное, в каком направлении заставило бы развернуть позвоночник.
Currently still rorting money from his students, his latest video is called
What are the signs of danger?
And spoiler alert, the biggest sign of danger is trusting a guy named Vaseline to teach you this crap and call it self-defense. Bloody everything he's teaching you is a sign of fucking danger.
And you need to feel who will stab you right away. You have to look around who has a knife. So, are you sure you see them?
Now I actually managed to find a real fight using Systema video, and let me tell you this, it was actually complete horseshit. It's basically just a Russian Charlie Zelenoff playing make-believe with guns and camo. I think I'm starting to understand why the war's been dragging on for so long. This appears to be the Russian elite army I've heard so much about. These people should not be teaching self-defense. They need to be supervised while they eat their own boogers and shove inanimate objects in random orifices.
The power of Christ compels you!
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
Now before someone in the comments gets their Soviet panties in a twist, let me be very clear. I'm not shitting on all the Russian martial arts. We all know what Khabib and the Dagestanis can do.
Brother, send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
And
Vladimir Putin
could definitely have me poisoned if he wanted to. I dig the Russians. I know many Russians. You guys are awesome. I'm here to shit on the snake vodka salesman taking money from socially inept, friendless basement trolls who definitely believe this stuff works. To my Russian comrades taking these Systema courses, or indeed any twat that pays to see this, if someone has a knife, get the f*** out of there. If someone has a gun, well, I hope you've scrubbed your browser history.
Bing, bang, boom.
If you want to defend yourself, get a gun. If you want to avoid shooting someone, get a knife. Or learn wrestling and Muay Thai. But for the love of all things Seagal, do not spend your life savings learning how to block punches with smooth body jiggles and hand waves. And remember, if your martial arts instructor looks like Steven Seagal in his current buffet bandit form, perhaps look elsewhere for advice. Now that's all the monkey poop I'll be flinging at my Russian comrades today. I will have a dedicated video on the Snake Eagle Master at some point, who's still active to this day with his own band of wizardry.
Понял? То, чтобы было такое. Раз, два, три.
Before then, we'll get some Chinese Bullshido in. We'll travel back to India and Indonesia at some point for some love. If you had some fun today, think about liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, you tight ass, and you won't miss the next stupid video that comes out. You're welcome. Also chuck on the notification bells to make sure you remain dedicated to Seagalism taking over the world. There's an awesome range of Bullshido merch available on the website, which is guaranteed to make you at least 50% as cool as Steven Seagal. Until next time, my friends, camo gear doesn't make you a soldier. Definitely don't flap around like a land whale, but above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.
Sunshine bright in the sky, and I'm free when I close my eyes. Help me wash away my sorrow.